This video is about find the mean or standard deviation from a given normal distribution. Here's the steps. You use inverse norm to figure out the z-value. Then you plug in this formula to figure out the mean or standard deviation. Let's go to guided practice 1. The IQ of students at school are normally distributed with a standard deviation of 15. If 20% of students have an IQ higher than 125, find the mean IQ of the student at school. According to the given information, we know that it's the X greater than 125 that equals 0.20. So first step, we need to figure out that z-value. We go to inverse norm. We're looking for the z-value. You have to make sure for this area, you need to put into x less than or equal to 125. That means 1 minus 0.20. So we put the 1 minus 0.20. Mean is 0, sigma equals 1. So you get the z-value. That is 0.842. For the formula booklet, this relationship is a given. Therefore, we plug in 0.842 equals x will be 125 minus mean. The standard deviation is given 15. You do cross multiply, get the 15 times 0.842 equals 125 minus mu. So this mu equals 125 minus 15 times 0.842. You will get 112. Now let's go to guided practice 2. The distance an athlete jumps are normally distributed with the mean 5.2. If 15% of jumps by this athlete are less than 5 meters, what's the standard deviation? According to this given information, we know probability the x less than 5 equals 0.15. Since we are looking for standard deviation, you need to figure out z-value first. Since this is x less than 5, so 0.15 you can directly put into this area. Then you go to graphing calculator, you can get the z-value. That is negative 1.04. And use this given formula. You will get negative 1.04 equals x, that is 5, minus mu is 5.2 over sigma. Then you cross multiply. You will get the sigma equals 5 minus 5.2 over negative 1.04. We put into calculator, you will get 0.192. Let's go to guided practice 3. The curve shown is the probability density function for a normally distributed random variable x. Its mean is 50. And probability x less than 90 equals 0.975. Find the shaded area. This shaded area, we can use probability that x greater than equal to 80. First of all, we will use this given information to figure out the standard deviation. So we go to inverse norm. The area we put in 0.975. Then you will get the z-score equals 1.96. Then we use this formula. 1.96 equals x will be 90 minus this mu will be 50 over sigma. Then we do cross multiply. Sigma equals 90 minus 50 will be 40 over 1.96 equals 20.4. If we want to figure out the probability x greater than equal to 80, we got to use norm CDF. Lower will be 80, upper is 1E99. Mean will be 50. Standard deviation will be 20.4. You will get 0.0707. Let's go to guided practice 4. Find the mean and standard deviation of a normally distributed random variable x. Given that probability x greater than equal to 80 equals 0.1 and a probability x less than or equal to 30 equals 0.15. For a probability x greater than equal to 80, that's 0.1. You have to change into probability x less than 80. That will be 1 minus 0.1. Then you can get the z-score equals. We put 1 minus 0.1 for area. Then put into a graphing calculator, you will get 1.28. For probability x less than equal to 30, that is 0.15. And so here is less than. You just need to put 0.15 into this area. For the inverse norm, you will get z-score equals negative 1.04. Then we can use this formula to set up the system equation now. You will have 1.28 equals 80 minus mu over sigma. Then negative 1.04 equals 30 minus mu over sigma. You can get the sigma equals 80 minus mu over 1.28. Another equation, sigma equals 30 minus mu over negative 1.04. Put into y1 and y2. To get the intersection, you will get mu equals 52.4 and sigma equals 21.6. Let's go to B. In a mathematical examination, it was found that 10% of the students scored at least 80, and no more than 50% scored under 30. Assuming the scores are normally distributed, what proportion of students scored more than 50? According to the given information, we will get probability x greater than equal to 80, that is 0.10. probability x less than or equal to 30, you will get 0.15. Then we're looking for probability for x greater than 50. From A, we already got the mu equals 52.4 and standard deviation equals 21.6. We use norm CDF this time. Lower will be 50 and upper will be 1E99. For mean will be 52.4. Standard deviation is 21.6. You will get probability x greater than 50 equals 0.544. Let's go to guided practice 5. The height of adult males in a country are normally distributed with a mean 180 centimeters and a standard deviation sigma centimeters. 17% of these men are shorter than 168. 80% of them have heights between these two. Find the value of h. According to the given information, we can write down probability x less than 168 equals 0.17. And then the probability x is greater than 192 minus h less than 192 equals 0.8. We also know the mean is 180. Sigma we don't know. We have to figure out. Then for h we don't know. We have to figure out. According to this given information, we can figure out the sigma. Since this is less than 168, the area we just put the 0.17 to get the z-score equals negative 0.954. Then we use this formula. Negative 0.954 equals x will be 168 minus 180 over sigma. So we get the sigma equals 168 minus 180 over negative 0.954. You will get 12.6. If you are given information like this, you have to sketch the graph. You will see here is 192 because mean that is 180. So suppose this one is 192 minus h. This area will be 0.8. We already know the mean is 180. Standard deviation is 12.6. We can figure out this area between 180 to 192. So probability x between 180 to 192. I will put this is 180, 192. You will get from graphing calculator 0.330. So this part is 0.330. Therefore, this area between 192 minus h to 180 will be 0.8 minus 0.330. You will get 0.47. Since a normal curve is symmetric across this mean, therefore this area you can get 0.5 minus 0.47. You will get 0.03. In other words, probability x less than 192 minus h equals 0.03. This time we use the inverse norm. Area is 0.03. Mean will be 180. Standard deviation is 12.6. You will get the k value. That is 156, which means 192 minus h equals 156. Therefore, h equals 192 minus 156 equals 36. If you are given this kind of information, you have to sketch the graph and find some information that is probability x less than something, so that you can use inverse norm to get this k value.